Hi everyone, our video today is for demonstrating the knowledge of project procurement management, the whole material made by Lingyue, Gisman, Hina, Bachar, and Tayaba. There are 10 knowledge areas in project management, and this video focuses on project procurement management. We will show three processes which are how to plan procurement, how to conduct procurement, and how to control procurement. By the end of this video, the audience will be able to understand the definition and process of project procurement management and can create a map on how to navigate procurement works. First is an overview of project procurement management. It shows the purchase needs for all levels of a project process. It gives you an outline for managing all procurement activities of the project and ensures that all deliverables are achieved with maximum value and cost efficiency. Here are the basic steps of a procurement management plan. We start with preparation of the statement of work, then we determine the budget based on cost estimates, post the opportunities to get proposals, identify sellers, then we deal with bid documents and finish plenty of works with aimed proposals like technical evaluation, cost evaluation. At last, we choose the best one and procurement finished. Now let's show you the main process in procurement management. First one is plan procurement management. For this plan part, we will go through three sectors: inputs, tools and technicals we use, and outputs. Why we have this plan part first? In life, we need a map for travel. In a project, we also need a map for how the whole project will go with. In this part, we make a map for how to finish the project map. In this plan part, we define roles and responsibilities related to the procurement and ensure we have the required level of procurement expertise. All the inputs here is for evaluating why we need to procurement from external of the project. From project chatter, we can find what we have and don't have. Through business documents, we can identify specific resources. Project management plan gives us the documents about the range we will work on. Scope baseline is used in developing the statement of work. Quality and scope management plan shows guidance in developing requests for proposals and how to manage the contractor's work in future. All kinds of project documents we have in this slide are for getting details on why we need external resources, what we expected to have by our procurement activities, advantages and disadvantages we will have. The contract types are the contents I want to highlight here. Usually we have three types of contractual relationships. Fixed price contracts are for the condition where no significant changes will happen in the project. Cost reimbursable contracts are for significantly changes of work scope during the project. The hybrid way called time and material contracts are for the situation that our statement of work can't be quickly prescribed. The tools and technicals we use in this part are similar with other project management knowledge areas. The specific ones I will show here is data gathering and data analysis. The market research contains both the examination of industry and the seller's capability. A make or buy analysis is a detailed one for estimating whether to have materials from outside sources. It will consider organizations' current resource skills, needs for specialized or independent expertise, and potential risks. For the outcomes, we have the general outcomes of all other management processes we'll have, such as updates on project-related documents. The specific documents we have here are bid documents, like request for proposal, request for quotation. The key files we have here is the make or buy decisions and procurement strategies, which will be used in the following steps. Now we come to our next part.
Thank you, Lin Yu. Now we'll be talking about conduct procurements. Conduct procurements describes the process of obtaining seller responses, selecting a seller, and the awarding of a contract. The key benefit of this process is that it selects a qualified seller and establishes a legal agreement for delivery. The end result are agreements such as formal contracts. This process is performed throughout the project as needed. Inputs. There are 6 different types of inputs in this process: project management plan, project documents, procurement documentation, seller proposals, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational process assets. Tools and techniques. There are 2 examples of tools and techniques, and they are bidder conferences and data analysis. Bidder conferences are meetings between the buyer and prospective sellers before proposals are submitted. They're used to clarify understanding of prospective bidders. During this technique, no bidder receives preferential treatment. Data analysis is a technique that can be used to evaluate proposals. This technique ensures proposals are complete and respond completely to the bid documents, procurement statement of work, source selection criteria, and other documents that went out in the bid package. Outputs. There are 5 outputs of the conduct procurement process: selected sellers, change requests, project management plan updates, project document updates, and organizational process assets updates. However, the main output of this process is a contract with the seller. Next, we'll be looking at the control procurements. Control procurement is the process of managing procurement relationships, monitoring contract performance, and making changes and corrections as appropriate, and closing out contracts. The key benefit of this process is that it ensures that both the seller and buyer's performance meet the project's requirement according to the terms of the legal agreement. This process is performed throughout the project as needed. Inputs. Project management plan components include, but are not limited to, requirement management plan, risk management plan, procurement management plan, change management plan, and schedule baseline. Project documents that can be considered as inputs to this process include, but are not limited to, assumption log, lessons learned register, milestone list, quality reports, requirement documentation, requirement traceability matrix, and stakeholder register. Agreements are understanding between parties, including understanding of the duties of each party. Number 4, procurement documentation contains complete supporting records for administration of the procurement process. 5, approved change requests can include modification to the terms and conditions of the contract, including the procurement statement of work, pricing, description of products, services, or results to be provided. Number 6, work performance data contains seller data on pre-project status, such as technical performance, activities that have started, are in progress, or have completed, and costs that have been incurred or committed. Number 7, the enterprise environmental factors that can influence the controlled procurement process include, but are not limited to, contract change control system, marketplace conditions, financial management and accounts payable system, and buying organization code of ethics. Lastly, the organizational process assets that can influence the control procurement process include, but are not limited to, procurement policies. Tools and techniques. Starting off with expert judgment, expertise should be considered from individuals or groups with specialized knowledge or training in the following topics: relevant functional areas such as finance, engineering, design, and so on. Number 2, claims administration. Claims are documented, processed, monitored, and managed throughout the contract life cycle, usually in accordance with the terms of the contract. Number 3, data analysis. Techniques that can be used to monitor and control procurement include, but are not limited to, performance reviews, earned value analysis, and trend analysis. Number 4, inspection. An inspection is a structured review of the work being performed by the contractor. And lastly, audits. Audits are a structured review of the procurement process. Lastly, we'll be looking at outputs, starting with closed procurements. This is when the buyer provides the seller with formal written notice that the contract has been completed. Number 2, work performance information. is information on how the seller is performing by comparing the deliverables received, technical performance achieved, and costs incurred and accepted against the SOW budget for the work performed. Number 3, procurement documentation update. Includes the contract with all supporting schedules, requested, unapproved contract changes, and approved change requests. Number 4, change requests. Any change requests to the project management plan, its subsidiary plan, and other components such as cost baseline, schedule baseline, and procurement management plan may result from the control procurement process. Number 5, project management plan updates. Any changes to the project management plan goes through the organization's change control process through a change request. Components that may require a change request for the project management plan include but are not limited to risk management, procurement management plan, schedule baseline, and cost baseline. Number 6, project document updates may be updated as a result of carrying out this process, include but are not limited to lessons learned register, resource requirements, requirement traceability matrix, risk register, stakeholder register. Lastly, organizational process asset updates. Organizational process assets that can be updated as a result of the control procurement process include but are not limited to payment schedules and requests, seller performance evaluation documentation, pre-qualified seller list updates, lessons learned repository, and procurement file. Thank you for listening to our tutorial.